Welcome to Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California, and things are definitely heating up as America's best contenders take on the American Gladiators.
The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiators.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamley, along with NFL Hall of Famer Larry Zonka. Larry, your favorite event number one, and it's right at hand. The Gladiators and contenders are ready. Breakthrough and conquer, the name of the game.
Oh, I like that game. And one of our contenders is an ex-football player, so we ought to get a little head knocking right away.
He's ready, so are we. Let's go.
That ex-football player is Michael Coulsen, 23 years old from Long Beach, California. He's a singer and dancer, but once played football for the University of Hawaii. And there he is, number 3. Also spent a season with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the Canadian Football League. He'll get to use his running back skills against Turbo and Breakthrough and Viper in the Conquer Ring.
Never knew a number 3 before, Mike. Did you ever know a number 3?
Daryl LaMonaco, Jan Stenerud,
Take it back.
Babe Ruth.
Did a lot of head moves, Mike, but he didn't drive upfield, never really turned his body. Easy mark for Turbo on that one.
Well, let's see if he fares any better here in the Conquer Ring against Viper. Viper doing a good job so far. 5 seconds remain. And this event, round 1, belongs to the Gladiators. No points for Michael Coulsen.
Viper doing an excellent job. Battles up high. Feels Michael getting the leverage on him, so he drops to his knee. Enables him to stay in the ring.
Viper rides out the rest of the storm. No points for Mike Coulsen. Now it's Kevin Weber's turn. 31 years old from Naperville, Illinois. He's a senior account manager in industrial sales. Also a fine wrestler one time at Indiana University. Oh, can he, for a second he had Turbo beat.
Bit on the move, got out of position, but then the reaction time is excellent. Catches up to the contender and throws him down.
Wait, whistle.
Now let's see what Kevin can do with Viper inside the Conquer Ring.
Get up. You gotta let him go, Viper. Get up.
9 seconds on the clock. Kevin knows all about leverage. He's in the riding time position right now. About 3 seconds. Larry Thompson warning Viper he's got to get up, and time expires.
Viper with that ability, feeling himself getting close to the edge, literally muscles himself back into the center of the ring here, but he manages to keep his center of gravity low. He's up against a real grappler there. Gives a good account of himself.
To the women we go, and a look at Paula Perry, a firefighter from Huntington Beach, California. Paula, 27 years old, 5'10", 160 pounds. She'll need all that firepower to match up against Siren and Electra. Electra here in Breakthrough. Paula makes a pretty decent move and has the power to break the plane of the goal line and pick up 5 points. Electra a little disappointed with herself.
Well, she need to move upfield just a little more. Fine form, good tackle, but the momentum carries the contender in.
Referee Larry Thompson makes the call. Now Siren inside that ring. This will be a tough job for Paula. 10 seconds to go.
Get up.
And she has done it. The one-time All-American swimmer at Orange Coast Junior College proves she's pretty adept inside of a wrestling ring.
160 pounds. She's got some weight to her. She's got some strength, too. Look at this. She picks up Siren and literally drags her out of the ring.
Paula Perry gets 10 points. Her opponent in this preliminary round match, Christine Richards, 22 years old, a student living in Jacksonville, Florida.
Contenders ready.
Electra still smarting from that last defeat. Let's see if she moves upfield a little better this time.
Christine gave the head move. Electra didn't go for it, no points there.
Electra still not moving upfield, but has great form tackling here. Wraps her up and takes her down.
And Siren, remembering what happened to her against Paula Perry, much better this time around at keeping Christine off her body, and Christine
6 seconds.
goes down.
Stay down, stay down, stay down.
Let's see if we can see what happened. No real contact here. Siren merely keeping Christine off of her body with those forearm shivers, and maybe right there she could have twisted her knee. Well, anyway, our trainer, Tony Spino, taking Christine to the locker room. She is done for the day. There's her husband, Tony. Ironically, these two traveled all the way from Florida on their motorcycle to attend this competition, but it's all for naught as Christine has to retire because of injury. Her place will be taken by Michelle Ramelot, 28 years old, from Hacienda Heights, California. She's a legal secretary, and last year she was an alternate and never got her chance to compete. Now she has to jump directly into the bonfire with just 6 seconds remaining against Siren.
Gotta be really tough, pulled out of the locker room. Cold and going into a match for 6 seconds.
No, that's it.
Well, at least she's in the competition, and I'm sure that's all she cares about. She's got 7 more events to do well at. So Paula Perry takes the lead after 1 event. And high fives for Siren.
After that loss to Paula Perry, she's regrouped. She comes roaring back. Check out that look of determination on her face. She's regained her focus, regained her momentum, and as a result, she makes a short piece of work out of Michelle Ramelot.
Stay down, will you, kid? You bother me.
Go away, kid.
On to the joust we go. The men will start things out. And the guy who's got everybody pumped up here at Gladiator Arena is Sabre, one of the best. Kevin Weber and Michael Coulsen looking for their first points of the day. Kevin will get the first shot against Sabre. He's got 30 seconds to get the job done.
6, 7, 8, 9 shots. Kevin Weber unable to respond. But Kevin Weber weathering the storm.
Sabre getting a workout. Goes overhand blast, trying to connect with his head. Luckily, he's not hitting every one.
5 seconds to go. Kevin Weber may go the distance. He does, and he gets the draw. Woo!
He took a walloping, but he comes away with 5 points. Testimony to Kevin Weber's tenacity. Sabre, much like a heavyweight fighter, just landing blow after blow. You can hear the thuds of the blows landing. Kevin stood in there and took it all. Managed to pick up 5 points in the process.
Now Michael Coulsen gets his chance. His nickname Spicy Mike, his Pop Warner football coach gave that to him because he ran like sugar and spice. Now he'll have to fight like heck here against Sabre.
He's quick. He's able to duck those blasts being launched by Sabre.
Sabre going with that undercut, trying to lift Michael up from that crouched position.
And when he gets down like that, he's a real open target for that uppercut.
5 seconds to go. Sabre looking for one big final shot, can't get it in, time expires. Give Michael Coulsen 5 points for the draw.
Did a good job of frustrating our Gladiator, Sabre. Sabre hits him with everything but the kitchen sink. Michael does a good job of bobbing and weaving and keeping his balance, amazingly staying on the platform to pick up the 5 points.
Sabre works up quite a sweat. Come on, give me a fight, man. On to the women we go. Michelle Ramelot first. Remember, she came on as an alternate for Christine Richard. And she looks a little tentative. I would be too. She's giving away about 13 inches in height to Sky. I think Sky scared her off, quite frankly. Wasn't much of a battle. 1 shot, 1 probe, and Michelle Ramelot was history. Now it's our firefighters' chance to shine. And she wanted to do battle, got a little over-aggressive, crossed over the Sky's platform, automatic disqualification.
I think both Paula and Michelle Ramelot are a little intimidated by Sky's appearance. Paula does a good job of absorbing a couple of blows. When she goes on the aggressive side, she steps across.
The $6 million turbo. Buy one.
Our women now ready for the mid-air adventure. That is Swingshot. Paula Perry and Michelle Ramelot. Paula right now with a 10-0 lead over Michelle. Paula, the firefighter from Huntington Beach, California, once jumped out of a third-story window, so she's not afraid of heights. For the Gladiators, it'll be the trio of Siren, Electra, and Storm. Once again, the time limit, 60 seconds.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Contenders, of course, going for that center post and trying to grab off the red, blue, or yellow balls. Michelle's got one and scores early.
An Electra skying high to thwart Paula Perry there, but Michelle Ramelot missed a chance, a golden opportunity to put one back in the cylinder and get another point. Gladiators have to be careful that they don't run into one another. 30 seconds left to go.
Electra doing a fine job timing her jump to the block.
Perfect example there, Larry. Paula just can't seem to get close to that center cylinder. Now 20 seconds.
Michelle told me before the event this was her favorite event.
Michelle coming on, of course, in place of the injured Christine Underhill-Richard. Has scored her first points of the competition in this event. Crowd counting down the clock, and that is it. Only one goal scored in that game. Michelle Ramelot, one yellow ball worth 1 point.
And Michelle had another scoring opportunity. We're going to look at it through her helmet cam. She goes up and picks up the ball. Here she comes back. All she has to do is loft that ball into the basket. That's all. But it was too much. She missed and loses that point.
And Storm playing some effective defense, getting a little higher than Michelle that time and give her a little foot in the face there for extra measure. All right, the men set to go at it. Viper, Sabre, and our Prince of Midair, Turbo. Turbo is one gladiator who takes his job seriously.
I'm not playing a game. I'm not playing to the camera. What they see is what they get, and I really believe that the audience sees the sincerity and the wholeheartedness in me and my character.
And Turbo is just as daring out of the arena as he is in it, like when he goes bungee cord jumping.
If you've got an inkling at all inside of you that thinks maybe you want to do it, seek out some professionals and go for it.
But the ultimate for Turbo is skydiving.
I think I had a 55-second free fall before I had to pull the chute, and for those 55 seconds, I had life right there. It was mine.
And Turbo not the only man who likes to live life on the edge, so does Kevin Weber. Kevin can say to Turbo, anything you can do, I can do just as well, my friend. These guys are nuts.
In a word, Mike, nuts.
Well, they ought to be good in this event. Kevin tied with Mike Coulsen at 5.
Gladiators ready!
Again, 60 seconds the time limit.
Here comes everybody. Mid-air, four-way mid-air collision.
Here comes Spicy Mike again, leaping. He can't get close to that pendulum, that center cylinder.
Gladiators doing a good job with their timing, making sure one of them's in the air when one of those contenders comes off.
Turbo goes up, Coulsen goes down. Didn't time that 1-2 correctly, but it was enough to deter him from scoring. Uh-oh. Kevin Weber and Turbo in a mid-air battle. Kevin's going to get that goal if he can get it back in the cylinder. does with 18 seconds left on the clock. That was quite a battle. I don't think we've seen that before in Swingshot. Whoa! Turbo and Sabre all tangled up again. 6 seconds left on the clock. Perhaps Kevin with a chance or Michael with a chance to score, but Viper right there. Time has expired, and that is it.
Kevin wins it 2-0, and maybe we ought to set up a confrontation just one-on-one. Kevin Weber versus Turbo. They were mighty good.
Kevin says, hey man, this is easy. It's out a walk in the park. I'm gonna jump up here, grab a yellow ball, and then I'm gonna go, wait a minute. Turbo says, where are you going with that ball, man? It isn't gonna work this way. I want that.
Quite a mid-air skirmish. For Michael Coulsen, our singer and dancer, no points, but he's not worried. He's a guy who can entertain with or without an audience.
I'm sorry I left you, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Do it, Michael. The chant for Turbo, our Lord of the Rings. The event, hang tough.
It's a shame. He's a good contender. But he's come up against a better Gladiator.
How good is Turbo in this event? You saw his record, 13-1-5.
Contender ready.
Kevin Weber currently with a 2-point lead over Mike Coulsen. Again, 10 possible points at stake here if the contender can get across this grid of 55 rings without being pulled off.
Turbo charging right down the center court.
Kevin waiting for Turbo to make a move, and now he makes his own.
Turbo very much at home on the rings. Turns around with just one ring in hand. Makes it seem almost easy.
Both these gentlemen are good. This is much like a chess match in midair.
Uh-oh.
Trouble here. Turbo's got those powerful legs. Wrap Kevin up, and that's it.
Well, there's nowhere else to go but to the mat once Turbo gets a hold of you. Right here, he closes in, wraps those legs around. Hey, that's all she wrote. It's a done game right here.
And he executed that feat hanging by one hand. Now can our ex-Canadian Football League player do better against Tower? We'll see. Michael Coulsen.
Gladiator ready.
I get the feeling that Turbo could do this all day long.
Definitely relaxed on the rings.
Mike thought better of grabbing that one ring because he saw Turbo right there.
But he was motivated suddenly.
Uh-oh. Turbo hanging on by one, but he's so strong. He had no problem at all finding that elusive ring. This time he closes in, and this time Michael Coulsen is not going to get away.
"20 seconds left on the clock. Turbo takes Spicy Mike down. Another victory for Turbo. No points for either Kevin Weber or Mike Coulsen.
Turbo gathered Kevin in with his legs. This time he grabs Mike in with his left arm while hanging onto the ring with his right. This man is very, very at home in hang tough.
Impressive stuff. On to the women we go. Our contender, first contender, Michelle Ramelot. Turbo's counterpart,
Just go for that candy.
Diamond, and she loves this event. And at 5'8", 140 pounds, how should we say it, Larry? Diamond is the complete package, beauty and brawn.
Our diamond does shine.
And maybe after getting on the scoreboard in Swingshot, Michelle will shine here in Hang Tough.
Michelle can get over to Diamond's platform. It's worth 10 points.
Mike, look how graceful Diamond is up there.
Michelle not bad herself, but Diamond's not even breaking a sweat. 35 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure Diamond knew where Michelle was, then felt her run into her from behind and then just decided to extend the legs. To wrap up the takedown, it's all over.
And so another victory for Diamond, and Paula Perry hoping not to become the next victim. How good is she? Watch here, Larry. Her back is actually turned towards Michelle. Doesn't know where she is.
But once Diamond realizes that Michelle is at hand, it becomes the spider and the fly. Diamond turns her momentum around, wraps around Michelle. Now she's in the command situation and says, hey, it's time to take a trip to the turf.
Michelle knows it's all over.
Contenders ready.
To Paula Perry we go.
Gladiator ready.
She stands ready. Our Los Angeles City firefighter, graduate of UCLA. And a fine, fine athlete, as she is demonstrating here.
She's actually by Diamond right now. She's got momentum in her favor. I'm not sure that Diamond can catch up. She's oh so close. If she would just take the chance, she would have it. And now she's got it with 23 seconds remaining on the clock. Diamond not easily outfoxed.
But she was there. Paula gets 10 points and takes a 20-1 lead.
Diamond's only mistake, perhaps a little too aggressive early on. She gets off to the side, allows Paula a breakaway, and Paula makes the most of it.
She'll be back next time.
Like that.
Event number 5 in this preliminary round competition, Atmosphere, and hats off to our Mayo Gladiators because they have really held Kevin Weber and Michael Coulsen in check. It's just 7-5 right now. In this Atmosphere go-round, it'll be Sabre and his partner, the Viper Man, and they will give you a lick. They get to start from those ramps, and by the time they hit the contenders, look out. And sometimes it's lights out. Each goal worth 2 points, 60 seconds the time limit.
Ready.
And here they come. Woo! Viper and Turbo having their own race. Both contenders get rocked. Seconds to go.
Michael tried to sneak in the back door there. He told me before this he's a little claustrophobic, which is tough in this event.
Turbo cutting off the angle on Kevin Weber. He can't score in number 4 there. 10 seconds to go. Oh, man. Turbo turned around at the last second to keep Michael Coulsen out. Under 5 seconds now. Can Mike get this last one in before time expires? He does not. Despite their very, very best efforts, neither Coulsen nor Weber could score.
Gladiators proud of their game plan. And here's a demonstration of how Gladiators communicate and display real teamwork. Viper covers Kevin Weber in the yellow ball, but soon finds himself defending scoring pod 1 against both contenders. Michael Coulsen right there in the orange sphere, and over here Kevin Weber to our left. With his keen eyesight, Viper makes sure the yellow ball is neutralized, then quickly turns his head and sees he's got to move fast to stop Coulsen. He does the job, right in the nick of time. Viper's quick reflexes save the day.
Shutout time for the tandem of Turbo and Viper. Viper, I think you just set a new land speed record in an Atmosphere, 0 to 60 in about 1.2 seconds. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mike. You know, Turbo and I, we make a great team out here. We're talking to each other the whole way, and it's all about winning with us. We love to win. If you're not in it to win it, get out.
Congratulations. No points for either Michael or Kevin.
Well, getting in their Atmospheres are the women. Michelle Ramelot trailing Paula Perry by 19 points. She really needs to jumpstart her motor if she's going to have any chance to advance to the next round. There's a look at our firefighter, and they'll have to put out the fire of Storm and Sky. Sky, the subject of our Ask a Gladiator segment today. And you might be able to guess what this one's all about. Henry Del Florio writes, what's the best and worst thing about being so tall?
Hi, Henry. Actually, everything is great about being tall. It's opened all kinds of doors for me. I can't honestly think of anything that would be a negative to being tall. Carry it pride, wear it well, you know, it's the best.
And Sky proud to be an American Gladiator. All right, Michelle and Paula set to go.
Paula said that with her size and power, she thinks she can do well in this event, but look at that hit from Storm. Woo!
She came cross court. The Gladiators got a bit mixed up because they wound up double teaming Paula Perry, and Michelle Ramelot scored just like she needed to.
Well, what a hit by Storm. I've been proud of that on a football field. She said poor Tracy spinning.
Here comes Paula now on a breakaway. Michelle scores, and so does Paula. And now Michelle perhaps has got another one in scoring pod number 4. Can Storm get there in time? No. 20 seconds left in the clock when Michelle needed to score, and she has. Each goal worth 2 points. There's Paula with one of her own. Here comes Paula again in 4. Sky tries to back into that one, knocks Paula on her derriere.
And that is it. Paula Perry and Michelle Ramelot have extended themselves, and Michelle wins it 8-4.
Paula Perry in the orange sphere heads for scoring pod number 3 right here. One problem is, so do both our Gladiators, Storm and Sky. Bottom line, a free run for Michelle Ramelot into scoring pod number 2. We call this the Oops Atmosphere strategy.
Well, Larry, we've talked about how important communication is for the Gladiators in events like Powerball and Atmosphere, and here Michelle Ramelot, the beneficiary of the Gladiators' lack of communication. Paula Perry, meanwhile, going topsy-turvy. Sometimes happens in this event. Next up, she'll get a chance to reach for the heavens. The wall is next. Don't stop till you get to the top. That's the battle cry for our 2 contenders as they are set to scale the wall. At the moment, Michelle Ramelot trailing our firefighter, Paula Perry. A look at Storm, who will be following Michelle, and the sky's the limit. She'll be in hot pursuit of Paula. We have seen so often where Sky can just reach out with barely leaving the ground to pull the contenders off.
Contenders ready!
Paula was very apprehensive about the wall. Of course, she practiced it a lot in the practice rounds. She said, with a good start, I'm gone. No one's going to catch me. It looks like she's doing just that.
Sky now on in pursuit of Paula Perry. Michelle Ramelot in big trouble because Storm has a hold of her. Off she goes, but Paula Perry could be on her way to 10 points. The view from up above.
Oh, man.
Again, that long reach of Sky pays dividends. Didn't get her the first time, but the second time was the charm.
Thanks to Storm and Sky, our 2 contenders have that empty feeling after this event. And watch how persistent Sky is.
You can see it from Sky's helmet cam. She's right there at Paula's ankles early on. Thinks she has her. Paula says, nope, I'm just going to get a shoestring there. Then later on up the wall, Sky makes another grab. 3rd time's the charm. This time she gets a hold of Paula and pulls her off the wall.
So the women will go to the sidelines and let the men have at it. Mike Coulsen is all rigged up. He trails Kevin Weber 7-5. He'll be followed up the wall by one of our newest Gladiators, Cyclone, who's very confident. Viper, meanwhile, will be following Kevin Weber. Viper 6'1", 230, and all business once he's inside Gladiator Arena.
Kevin Weber looking on confidently, and well he should. He's had some experience. We see here, he's going up a sheer face. This perhaps is even more slippery, more difficult than our wall. But of course, he doesn't have a Gladiator following him there.
We're going to find out if he can climb the wall and chew gum at the same time, too. Both our men given a 10-second head start. Will it be enough? Because they're having problems. Big time.
Gladiators may be able to jump in, almost, but not quite.
Viper almost had a toe hold.
Kevin slip sliding away there, but regains his control.
Again, our two contenders working against that clock.
Right now, it looks like Kevin Weber is going to get the 10 points. Mike Coulsen will get 5 if he can get up there as well in 60 seconds or less. He's got about 15 left. Under 10 now. The crowd urging on Michael Coulsen from Long Beach, California. Oh, he just loses his grip at the last second. So only Weber, Kevin Weber, will get points.
Kevin came very close to getting no points. Watch his left ankle as Viper makes a desperate grab for it early on. Kevin just barely escaping.
And talk about having victory at your fingertips. Watch this. Mike Coulsen right there, and then the grip gives way, and down he goes.
Powerball. 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 Ooh, who's got the power? I do.
It's crunch time here on the American Gladiators, our crunch time event, Powerball. 45 seconds, non-stop action. Mike Coulsen, Kevin Weber set to go against Laser, Turbo, and Sabre. Powerball, the last event before the Eliminator. Michael Coulsen needs to turn his effort up a notch, or 2, or 3. And Powerball brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, super power. Kevin right out of the chute, scores early.
Oh man, Kevin taking a tremendous shot from Sabre to keep him from scoring. Zonka zonk perhaps.
I don't know. Kevin with that rugby background, he'll mix it up with you.
25 seconds left on the clock. Coulsen gonna play this one as the shirts and skins here. That time Kevin puts a couple of moves past Laser and able to dump it in. 15 seconds. Coulsen can't get that one to drop. It goes off the outside rim. Kevin Weber, the underdog in this event, yet he's the guy who's going to get the most goals, it appears.
But Mike, he's paying for him. Again, he gets one and goes down.
And that is it. Holy cow. Michael Coulsen can't believe it. The Gladiators came prepared. Sabre, Turbo, and Laser in a very, very physical Powerball match.
We don't call this crunch time for nothing. 2 zonks in a row. Right there's number 1. Bam. And here's number 2. This is rough.
We almost had a third right there, Laser pounding Michael.
And take a look at this hit. Kevin's looking straight ahead at Laser. Figures he'll cut to his left. But what Kevin didn't see was Sabre ready to spring into action. No points and a whole lot of pain.
Now the view from Sabre's helmet cam. This is what Kevin Weber looked like until Sabre decided to turn out his lights. Say goodnight. Time now for the women. Michelle Ramelot, last chance, obviously, here in crunch time to catch up with Paula Perry. She leads 24-9, Paula does. They'll be going against the trio of Diamond, Electra, and Siren. And we saw how our male gladiators worked as a group. Let's see if these three can work as a team.
Well, both women did well early on. Fast out of the gate. Michelle Ramelot. Not an intimidating physical presence, but she scored 2 right away. There's Paula. Running right over Diamond. 25 seconds left to go on the clock. Michelle runs scot-free there. Diamond a little confused.
Michelle using her head, seizing the moment, seeing the Gladiators busy. Makes a score, almost did it.
Siren doing a good job of playing center field there and stopping Paula from scoring. Nice spin move again by our firefighter. Michelle Ramelot struggling for that center cylinder. Diamond there to take it away at the last second. And that is it. Crunch time. Pays off for both Michelle Ramelot and Paula Perry.
Call this one an Electra miss. Electra's responsible for the scoring cylinder on the right. Anxious to cover Paula Perry, she checks out of her primary assignment too soon, allowing Michelle Ramelot an easy score. Electra's usually so proficient at her coverage assignments, well, I guess even the best slip up now and again.
And you have to give credit to our contenders' athletic talent. Watch Paula here making Siren completely miss and then reaches out to score there. And Michelle, Electra's got her wrapped up, but she's persistent. Diamond comes to help out, and actually that one did not go in. But between the two, Michelle and Paula scored 15 points. Nicely done. We'll decide everything in the Eliminator to come.
It takes strength and coordination again, but I also feel very graceful when I'm up there, so I really enjoy playing that, and even better when I finally trap the contender. You know, it's great. I feel like a spider. As nice as a diamond is to look at, there's also a very hard side. So during my competition, you know, I try to think of that side of the rock and go for it.
Welcome back to Gladiator Arena, where the Eliminator is about to live up to its name. Paula Perry and Michelle Ramelot about to decide who goes on and who goes home. Paula leads by 15. Michelle will have to make up a 7.5-second head start. Is our legal secretary up to the task? Let's find out. She's with Larry at the start line. Larry?
Michelle, you've been practicing, waiting for this moment for 2 years, off and on. Now you have a 7.5-second wait. Is it going to slow you down at all?
Anything can happen, and I am little, but I'm a diehard, and I really want to do it for my daughter because this is her favorite show. She loves this show, and I want to show her what I can do.
Don't get too emotional quite yet. You got a little work ahead. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, Michelle has shown us all quite a bit since coming on back in the first event in replace of the injured Christine Richard. On course for the Gladiators, underneath the hand bike, are two Gladiators ready to impose a 10-second penalty if need be should the contenders fall off. There's Diamond and Sky, and down the final straightaway. This can sometimes spell trouble for our contenders. Electra and Sky have got it working. And the Eliminator is brought to you by Mars. Enjoy the smooth chocolate and caramel taste of Mars Milky Way Bar. Referee Larry Thompson starts Paula on her way. She's working hard.
Paula smoked that reverse treadmill. Here comes Michelle Ramelot. Paula mistake-free over the hand bike, but down she goes. Whirled off that spinning cylinder. Michelle tippy-toes her way onto the platform after a wild odyssey on that hand bike, now trying to stay alive on the cylinder. That did her in. Still, she's got an outside chance to make up the difference. Paula has now successfully negotiated the cargo net. Now the breezy ride down the zip line. I think she senses that she's got the win here. Only a final straightaway to go for our firefighter, Paula Perry. She's going to bypass the rope, which she could have used to help her up the wall. Instead, she's going to tough it out. Through the gauntlet, she tries to weave over the final barrier, and she's going to cross the finish line first in a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds. She moves on to the second round.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
you know,
Larry.
you told me about your power and your size. You were going to utilize everything and fight and scratch with everything. You did a fine job.
Thanks a lot, Larry. I gave it all I could get, and I was looking forward to this event, and I'm glad it's over.
All right, I'm sure all
That
the
was
other
great.
firefighters will be very proud of you. Congratulations, and welcome to the next round.
Thanks very much.
Mike.
You know, this Eliminator course can sometimes be rough, but for a woman who jumped out of a third-story window into a life net, piece of cake. Congratulations to both gals.
Now, in the men's competition, Kevin Weber has come on real strong, especially in the last two events. He has opened up a 21-point lead on Michael Coulsen. That is good for a 10.5-second head start. Question is Michael's will to win strong enough to come back and make up that deficit? Let's find out. Larry?
Michael, we know you've got a lot of heart, but do you have enough to overcome a 10.5-second deficit?
Oh, I definitely have enough heart. You know, this is what I thrive on. I love competition, and he has a nice lead. He's a great athlete, and this just makes it all the better for me. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time catching him.
All right, man. We'll be watching you. Good luck.
And Spicy Mike, a self-described overachiever, trained for this event, running stadium stairs at Long Beach Polytechnical High School. So you know that this man is ready. Again, he has 10.5 seconds to make up. Underneath the hand bike on the course for the Gladiators, ready to lay down the law. It is Viper and Sabre doing a little wrap in there. And down the final straightaway, working that gauntlet, it's Cyclone and Laser. Kevin, Michael, waiting for the whistle.
And 31-year-old native from Naperville, Illinois, Kevin Weber smoked the treadmill. Not even using his legs, doesn't need to in the hand bike. He flew across that. Can't keep his balance, however, on that spinning cylinder, and off he goes, but he's up just as quickly. Mike Coulsen trying to cut into that 10.5-second deficit. Oh, yeah! This is what the Eliminator is all about, folks. You can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. But Mike laboring a little bit on the hand bike and allowing Kevin to regain some of that lead. One final straightaway to go. Going right over the wall, weaving his way through the gauntlet, finally over the barrier, and Kevin Weber has done it. He's moving on to the second round.
Kevin, you make an old man's heart beat fast. I'll tell you what, I like watching you. You're a scrapper. You fought tooth and claw for everything you got. Everything you got came hard. Are you happy?
Nothing left. Part of the Overhill gang over here. We're having a lot of fun, yeah, having.
Good enough. Welcome to the next round of the competition, and congratulations.
I gotta do this again?
You betcha, and soon. Mike?
Yeah, but we'll let you grow that layer of skin back on your nose. Where did Michael Coulsen lose it? He had a chance to pull off the remarkable comeback. He knows that Kevin has fallen off that spinning cylinder and is having problems. He's making up ground. He's across on the hand bike, now almost catches up. He's practically side by side by the time he reaches the cargo net. But here's where the race was lost. Kevin much smoother going up. That was the difference between victory and defeat. Coming up next week, more preliminary round action. Until then, for Larry Zonka, I'm Mike Adamle. So long from Gladiator Arena.